Ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's IMC matchup between the Summit Storm and the Ridgeview Ravens. I'm Pierce Gordon. With me is Finley Gober. Finn, what are your takes on tonight's game?
Yeah, Ridgeview, tough season so far. Sitting at 9-9 right now, coming up against a pretty solid Storm team, playing with a lot of confidence. So we'll see if Ridgeview can match up.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. The Storm really, both Storm girls and boys teams really kind of got off to a little bit, not so much girls, but a little bit of a shaky start to start the season. And then now really just finding their own, settling in to their new systems. Of course, new head coach for the Summit girls as that pass is stolen on the inside by the Ravens, forcing an early turnover.
It's Ridgeview on offense, moving the ball around up top. And almost lose the ball. Thought about the three, now driving baseline. And that one's lost, regained by Ridgeview, and the shot is up, won't go. Gets their own rebound and missed again. That's out of bounds, and it will go the way of the Storm.
Yeah, both teams just kind of coming out a little sloppy here. Just not so settled in. Both two turnovers there.
Yeah, I mean you'll see that with high school ball, and both of these teams will settle in. Especially this Storms team. Coach Crook has really had them locked in all season. Not a lot of mistakes, but you saw quite a bit last season. A lot of these girls from that same team.
Yeah, you see Ridgeview in this zone here as Williams 4-3 to start the game, rims out, and really if you're the Storm, have her keep taking that shot and you're going to get some points on the board. But yeah, Ridgeview kind of settling into this zone here. So far, so good for them on the defensive end of the ball. On offense, Z up top. Cross-court pass tipped by Williams. Williams trying to get it and able to corral the ball. Up top now, Durfee drives inside to the left, pulls back out, gives it outside to Williams in the corner. Williams cross-court pass to Chris. Chris goes up for the layup, doesn't get it, rebound, doesn't get the putback. Rebounded by Cross on the inside, and we'll get a jump ball, and that will go the way of the Ravens.
Yeah, just more missed shots there, but more good looks as well for the Summit team, and both teams looking at it here, just good looks. Not able to get them to fall so far, but I'm sure that's soon to change.
Yeah, Ridgeview able to pretty easily break this Summit press. Gets a wide open look, and that one rims out again. Lid on the basket so far to start the game. As Williams trying to push it in transition, it gets tipped out by Scott.
Great defense there, good hustle. Keep disrupting the play. This is a Summit team that likes to play the game slow and to their own pace. If you can continue to disrupt them, make them uncomfortable, you're going to have a chance to stop them offensively.
Is the Storm able to break this Ravens zone going inside to Christ? Really, I think that's what Summit needs to do more of to break the zone, is just give it inside, find those gaps. As Ridgeview now brings it up, beating the Storm press in transition. Durfee denying the angle there. Z up top, drives to the left, throws it up off the glass, a little too strong there, rebounded by Cross, gives it off to Durfee. Durfee giving it to her younger sister, who gives it right back to her, over to Williams. Williams gets it inside to Cross. Cross goes up, gets fouled. Chris with the putback, that won't count. We'll send Cross to the line to shoot two.
Ridgeview number 20, Kennedy Scott. Summit number 22, Cross.
Cross hits the first free throw. Send that Summit score to 3 now.
Cross nails the second. Those are two pretty free throws there for Cross.
Yeah, two beauties.
As the Storm now going back into their press, as Chris gets the steal, gives it to Durfee. Durfee up for the layup, gets it to fall through contact.
Yeah, I love to see that if you're Summit, generating points on defense. Really light press, they're running it at half court, but Ravens having a really tough time breaking it down. And now here it is again, that time able to break it down. But look at Summit just get right back on defense. Super fluid.
Yeah, Storm really athletic team. And I think that plays into their strengths a lot, really just able to outwork a lot of other teams. As you see the trap there, Chris with another steal, gives it up ahead to Durfee. Durfee with another layup, won't fall, and that will be tipped out and go the way of the Ravens. So the Ravens making some substitutions. The Storm kind of backing off this press a little bit, just going for a little corner trap right as the Ravens cross half court. It's a long two. Williams not able to corral the rebound. That will stay with the Panthers. Shot clock resets to 35.
Ravens now to inbound from the baseline. Right, all the way up top now, trying to hustle and get that bucket, break down the Summit zone.
Yeah, the Storm really play a lot of a 2-3 zone, but it's more of a hybrid, and it's been very effective for them throughout the season, as we see there.
Yeah, they just get those traps up top, and the ball just starts flying around. They generate a ton of turnovers.
As 3 is up, 3 won't go. Multiple Ravens trying on the rebound, but that will be tipped out of bounds, go the way of the Storm. And yeah, we talked about that Storm defense. I think that defense has really won them a lot of games so far. The effort and intensity on the defensive side of the ball, with, of course, the defense that Coach Crook put in coming in first year, put in this hybrid zone defense that really makes a ball carrier uncomfortable.
Yeah, and they're just really comfortable running it as well. I mean, they switch between the 2-3, the 1-4, the 1-3-1 super fluidly, and it creates a defense that's just almost impossible to break down. And, I mean, you're seeing it. I mean, the Ravens, they're 0-8 to start this game so far.
As Ridgeview now in the corner, driving down the left side, rolls back, gets fouled. They're going to say Durfee had 2 hands on her there. That'll be the Storm's first and Durfee's first.
Foul on Summit number 1, Leah Durfee.
So we have 3 players checking in for the Storm. Ring, Richwine, and Coates Flaherty.
Ravens now back on offense, trying to get on the board still.
As another tip from the Storm defense. So Ravens finally generating something inside, and they're going to call a foul on the shot. Will send the Ravens to the line to shoot 2.
Foul on Summit number 21,
And really, that's what the Ravens need to do a lot more of to keep in this game and get on the scoreboard.
Number 30, Breslin Hagmeister to the line.
Hagmeister, opportunity to get on the board for the Ravens. Drills the first one.
Yeah, high arcing free throw shot there. Gets it to fall.
I mean, Ravens luckily able to get plenty of stops on the other end of the floor to start this game. Make up for that scoring drought, only down by 5.
Really, we've given a lot of credit to the Storm defense. We've given a lot of credit to this Storm defense, but really the Ravens defense has been pretty good so far, holding the Storm team to just 6 points through most.
I mean, they're playing their own zone, and you see right there, get to steal. A little sketchy, can't hold on to the ball and stay in bounds, though. Great effort there.
Yeah, just trying to force it a little too much there. Just gets in her own head a little bit.
Yep.
As now Storm settle back into defense. That pass is tipped going in, and then in transition, Durfee gets it stolen and will get tipped out of bounds and go the way of the Storm.
Yeah, I mean, the Ravens trying to break down the zone with the pass, but they just can't move the ball quick enough to the Storm's adjustments.
Yeah, as Ballum checks into the game for Durfee. Storm really run a pretty deep bench so far. Seen 4 substitutions already. The shot is up, shot's off. Ravens with the rebound, trying to push it in transition. And she traveled on the paint. Now go the way of the Storm. But yeah, talking about the Storm's depth, 4 subs already in this first quarter. Only remaining players, Caitlin Christ, on the court.
Yeah, I mean, they like to, mess around early, see what they can do. I think right now they're just trying to get some offensive production going, get someone who can lead this team through the scoring drought.
Yeah, both teams really going through a scoring drought with both defenses playing exceptionally well. As we see the Storm trap up top. Ridgeview unable to break it. Ballum gets the tip, and that will be out of bounds and go the way of the Ravens.
Another great defensive possession there for the Ravens in transition. Both of these teams firing on defense.
As Ballum again with the steal in transition, one-on-one, absorbs the contact and gets the foul. Yeah, and the Storm really, all their points tonight came off that transition.
Foul Ridgeview number 13, Kennedy Skinner. Summit number 5, Kennedy Ballum to the line.
So many steals off the pass so far. These teams got to start being a little more secretive with their passing, just telegraphing where that ball is going real hard.
For that play that Ridgeview got fouled on and converted for one from the charity stripe, they got it inside up in that free throw area and really just got a little mid-range floater and got fouled on it. And I think on the offensive side of the ball for the Ravens, I think seeing more of that would be beneficial. We see them get trapped up top a lot. Let's bring it down as we see the Storm team now moving their trap up a little farther as the Panthers do get it across and do get it down into the corner. Ball moves faster than you can as Chris gets a steal in transition, gives it up Ballum. Ballum for the long floater layup, gets it to fall.
Great shot there from Ballum, and to touch on what you were saying before with that earlier foul that the Ravens drew, you know, it's really kind of counterintuitive in your brain trying to break down a zone defense and your Summit in transition. Ridgeview gets fouled, so she'll have 2 shots at the stripe.
Yeah, really, Ridgeview's defense is playing exceptionally well. It's just the transition buckets, and those are really hard to stop. We'll see Richmond go to the line to shoot 2.
So that zone defense, and it's so hard to break down just mentally. I mean, you're basically wanting to go with the ball where there's not people, but what you need to do is go where there are people. And, you know, eventually that defense is going to shift and you're going to start to get opportunities. The main way to do that is with the pass, but credit to both defenses because they're pretty much just playing ahead of the ball, playing really fast defense.
Yeah, and really, for the Ravens, ball moves faster than your feet can. No need to dribble through the Storm pressure. Of course, a lot easier for us to say up here than it is on the court, as we're under 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Shot clock is dark, and the Ravens with some beautiful passing get an open look off the mark there, but that's exactly what you want to see if you're a Ravens fan. As the Storm now in transition. 3 is up for Becker, and that one doesn't fall. Rebounded by the Ravens, and they'll call ring for the foul. Just a little too aggressive in transition trying to get the rebound. It's not a horrible foul. Forces the Ravens to inbound. 5.7 on the clock. Ravens able to get it across. Pull up from 3, high arcing off the front of the rim and out. And that will do it for this first quarter. The Ravens losing to the Storm by 10.
Summit opening the second quarter on offense. Richwine has it, flips it to Ballum, and back to Richwine. And that one's stolen by Ridgeview. Now transition, Z Rico with it. Ridgeview flipping the ball around. And there's the double. Now moving the ball around to the wing and a 3-look. Cash.
Yeah, really impressive offense there coming out of the quarter for the Ravens. And that's exactly what you want to see. Great drawn up play in the huddle. So we see 4 Storm players now set to check in. There's Richron now looking inside, gets it inside the ring. Ring goes up, unable to get the layup to fall. Rebounded by the Ravens. Now really interesting to see out of the quarter. Coach Crook for the Storm putting 4 players to check in as another 3's up, and that one is cash for the Ravens.
Yeah, it's Brianna Johnson just going off from deep, 2 in a row for her. And cut that Storm lead right away. Not quite as comfortable for Summit now. And here's Ballum, turns it over there. And Summit right now is just taking, honestly, too much time on offense. You know, I talked about how they like to play a slower offense. And I'm going to kind of equate this to the Indiana Pacers, NBA team, right? They like to come out on offense, and they usually put a shot up within the first 10 to 15 seconds of their offense, kind of jump on the defense before they can get set. That's exactly what both of these teams need to do right now. You can't let either of these teams get set in their zone because otherwise it's almost impenetrable. You got to get a shot up quick. And you see right there, Rico trying to move the ball too quick for the Ravens.
And as you see there, though, Rico was able to, as the Storm turn it over again, wow. As in transition, Rico for the Ravens was able to get and slow down that Storm break, which really allowed that turnover to happen and really forced that turnover. So now these roles a little bit flipped here. The Ravens now coming out firing with their passing. So Rico hands it off now. Storm trap. Ravens see right through it. And we're going to get a travel on the inside. Just took one too many steps was Scott.
Yeah, and Summit bailed by the travel there, but let that defense get broken down again. Ridgeview is starting to figure him out a little bit. And one pass away there from a potential bucket.
As cross-court pass, Durfee for three. That one off. And the Storm just discombobulated coming out in the second quarter right now. It's the Ravens on a 6-0 run. Storm still sticking with their zone, going for the traps in the corner. Not as aggressive now, though, as the Ravens pass it down. Shot is up, shots off. Rebounded by Ring, who gives it up for Durfee. Durfee now slows it down as she crosses half court and gives it back to her older sister. Cross court now. The Storm really moving this ball around, trying to generate something as Chris drives to the left. Floaters doesn't fall. Ring tried for the rebound, and that will stay with the Ravens. Durfee to inbound. Gives it up top for Ring as she gets bumped. Wanted a call, won't get it. Ravens now in transition on a 6-0 run. And really those inside passes by the Ravens allow them to have more space up top and generate more as a long two. Acts sort of as a pass there. As a timeout now from the Storm coach, Coach Criff, going to talk to his players. Finn, how do you think the Ravens have gone on this run to start the second quarter?
Yeah, I mean, they're playing fast offense. They're starting to figure out that press, and Summit's just not able to get in position how they were in the first quarter. And Ridgeview is making them pay. They're hitting their shots, and they're getting good looks. Mainly just protecting the ball, but still moving the ball with efficiency. On the other end of the court, Summit's pretty much doing the opposite. They're taking too much time on offense, and they're not able to get a good look because they're just letting Ridgeview get comfortable with that zone set.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. Both teams, and we've seen the Storm play at a fast pace throughout the season, really need to go back to that and get some transition buckets. Defense leads to offense, and that was what was carrying the Storm throughout this first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, Summit, they've forced 9 turnovers so far tonight. It's early in the second quarter. I mean, that's very impressive. They're just not getting enough points off of that.
Yeah, so far tonight, I would say probably all 11 Storm points are points off turnovers. So we see the Storm can break this Ridgeview defense here out of the timeout. Try and get it inside to Chris. That's another turnover.
Yeah, I mean, they just keep forcing that inside pass.
Yeah,
I do want them to play quick offense, but I want them to protect the ball more than anything.
Yeah, there definitely is a height advantage, but that's not going to matter if you don't have the position. As the Ravens now trying to dissect the Storm defense. Get it inside, dish it back out. 3 is blocked. And Ravens able to corral the rebound.
just 3 seconds on the shot clock. Double team here, chalk up the 3, won't quite go, and that's going to be shot clock violation.
As Williams checks into the game for Ring, and really the Storm putting more shooters on the floor, and can't blame them.
Yeah, I really like that substitution. I mean, pretty much 2 years now, she's been their most consistent spark plug on offense. Just get her in there, give her the ball, and let her try and make something happen offensively.
Yeah, in a game that had the Storm leading by 10, it's down to an 11-9 game. As Durfee cross court to Williams, who gives it up. The Storm now trying to get it inside as Cross stepped on the baseline. Point won't count, will be another turnover.
Yeah, I mean, good offense there, but just can't quite stay in bounds.
As the Storm now going for a full court press here. And the Ravens able to dissect that pretty easily. Now in transition, 3 is up, 3 rims in. And that will be the Ravens' first lead of the night as they come back from a 10-point deficit.
Yeah, I mean, I said pre-game, Ridgeview, they need to come with the energy, play up to a team like Summit. That's exactly what they're doing.
As Chris, turnaround jumper doesn't fall, tries to get the rebound, but strong hands by Rico there, able to keep it. And the momentum all on the side of the Ravens right now, because they're going to slow it down on offense and try and generate something. And pass a little too strong there, trying to get it inside, and that will be a turnover. As Ballum checks back in for the Storm, taking out Kalia Durfee. And the Storm really looking for some sort of spark plug on offense as they pass it around the top. Ballum for 3. That one doesn't fall. Williams, quick board, puts it up and gets that one to fall. And that may be what the Storm need on offense.
Yeah, just need to see the ball go in the basket, start to get something going there. Good look from Ballum, great rebound from Williams, and good putback as well.
It's the Storm now settling into a more 3-2 look here. As the Ravens now trying to dissect the changing Storm zone as the shot clock ticks under 10. 3 is up, 3 is off. As rebound is corralled by Ballum. And the Storm changing their defense up a little bit there, throwing off the Ravens and forcing a wild shot there at the shot clock was ticking down. Williams, no hesitation, banks out. And if you're the Storm, really, I don't hate that shot. She's proven that she can make those, and that could be a transition swing.
And Pella up top, double team comes, able to get the ball out, and Chris swipes that one away. Ridgeview, there's a 3. Won't quite go, but a rebound and a block from Williams under the basket.
Yeah, Williams able to get the block from behind and touch ball there. So we see the right of your screen, 3 is up, 3 rims out, and Williams able to get the block from behind. So the Ravens now with a fresh clock. Ballum and Christ up top, and Chris gets the steal, throws it up to Durfee. Durfee with a layup, and that one falls. And again, that's where most of these Storm points have came from. That transition defense to offense, those pick 6.
And great play there from Chris, obviously with the steal, an underrated pass. Throw it in front of your teammate like that, lead them for an easy finish.
The Storm sticking with their 3-2 as 3 is up, 3 is out. Ravens, though, able to corral the rebound, out for another 3. That one too strong. Ball is rebounded in the corner.
And no out of bounds call there.
Yeah.
Ridgeview with the dark shot clock, potential to take the last shot here of the half.
So they turn it over.
Yeah, out of bounds. 13th turnover now for Ridgeview.
Yeah, that more turnovers than points. in the first half is just not something you can have. As the clock ticks down, Durfee for 3, too strong. And going into the half, the Storm leading the Ravens 15-12. We have ourselves a defensive battle in an IMC matchup. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of IMC basketball action. Summit leading Ridgeview 15-12. I'm here with Langston Ballert. Langston, what's your take on the first half tonight?
Great game so far, 15-12.
I wonder if the Storm are going to continue with the 2-3 zone. The Ridgeview with 4 made threes in the first half, so that'll be something to look for in the second half.
Yeah, as Ridgeview trying to get it inside the paint, unable to. Williams now in transition up to Richwine. Richwine pulls it out and sets up the Storm offense. As Chris now, Euro inside, doesn't get the layup to fall.
It's a great shot there. I'd like to see him get a better look there, but nice Euro step for the basket.
Yeah, we've seen that really a consistent theme throughout tonight's game. It's just really great moves, great passing, and then just bad execution on the shot. So the Panthers now playing a little triangle action here as that goes off the foot of Christ.
Yeah, back to that. The Storm shooting under 30% from the field in the first half. Like to see them sink a few more shots here.
Yeah, as the Storm really just unable to get the ball to fall through the basket. As the Panthers now, or Ravens now, sorry, get a new shot clock. As we have a timeout by the Ravens. As the Storm, with their first possession, get a beautiful little Euro inside, and just the floater doesn't fall for Chris. And then on the other end of the ball, Ridgeview on offense, still struggling to break this Storm defense. So we'll catch you on the other end of the break. The Storm leading 15-12. As the Ravens now to inbound with 22 on the shot clock. Have a set play out of that timeout, I'd imagine, as that inbound pass goes way up top for Scott. Still trying to get something up, trying to get it to inside, now pass out, back up top, almost goes back over half court. As shot clock is under 5, Ravens need to get a shot up, and they just throw it inside. Storm defense just suffocating.
Yeah, another turnover there for the Ridgeview Falcons. Like to see a better play out of that, set play out of that timeout.
As in transition, Chris gets that floater to fall.
Ridgeview coach not happy with the effort on the defensive end, not hustling back at all.
As Richwine forces the ball out, ball's on the deck, and finally recovered. As Ridgeview able to break the trap. 3 is up, 3 off the side of the rim and out, rebounded by Williams. Gives it up for Richwine. Richwine now trying to push it in transition, gets fouled by this Ravens defense. Not a horrible foul there, as you had Chris wide open for the layup.
Yeah, rebounding definitely a topic of discussion in halftime for the Storm. Getting a lot better at boxing out and jumping up for the boards.
And I think another interesting thing that we pointed out in the first half was how deep this Storm team goes. Really, they're a 9-10 girl rotation, so really provides a lot of depth. But depth can't stop turnovers, as the Ravens now push it in transition. Layup doesn't fall, able to get the rebound inside and able to kick it out there. So the Ravens will set up for the 3. That one falls. Step in 3.
Another 3 for the Ravens. That's been a theme all night. 3s open. It's going to be interesting to see if coach decides to get out of that zone with all the 3s from the Ravens.
Yeah, we saw the Storm kind of go more to that 3-2. Still not enough as this Ravens team able to knock them down from beyond the arc. Storm trying to respond with the 3 of their own off the front of the iron and out. You see Rico in transition for the Ravens. Shut down there by Durfee. Then pass stolen by Ring. Ring in transition. Layup falls, and that will be the easiest points you'll get of the night. So we have a timeout now from Storm coach Crook. He wants to talk things over. I imagine what you were talking about, Langston, with changing that defense.
Yeah, too many easy looks on 3. You know, Summit, like you and Finley talked about in that first half, playing down a little bit to the competition, not really rising above and blowing them out by at least 20 as they probably should be right now.
As we'll catch you on the other end of the break, the Storm up 19 to the Ravens 15. As coming out of the timeout, Ravens with the ball. Storm going into a man defense, as you said, yeah.
Looks like they heard me up here in the booth.
Yeah, going into a man defense. And I imagine with the Storm's athleticism, really, that's a very viable defense as we see Ring with the rejection.
Yeah, no need to set up in the zone. A lot of athletic bodies out there and are able to match up with these Ravens, offense.
As ball now, driven down the middle, kicked out left, back cross court right, driven inside, tried to get that bounce pass inside, and just one too many passes there, stolen by Ring.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Ravens offense spread out a little bit, too congested down in the paint.
Ridgeview 3 off the front of the iron and out, and the Storm really just a lid on the rim from beyond the arc.
Storm the last couple possessions have been shooting early in the shot clock. Wonder if that's something they talked about in halftime, getting early looks as opposed to quality looks later in the shot clock.
As the Ravens able to set up that play, and you talked about the spacing. They were pretty spaced out there, able to get a little
spacing there, and were able to get a basket.
Yeah, able to get a little pick and roll action off ball. As the Storm now trying to run a play of their own, little miscommunication there. Just get it inside to Krish, out to Durfee. Durfee for 3. That one falls, and that's exactly what this Storm team needed. Maybe spark this offense.
Love to see that quick pass from Chris. Looks like the Ravens we're in a zone there. Great passing leads to great scoring against a zone defense.
Yeah, you can pass your way out of a zone defense pretty easily. As the Ravens trying to get it inside, pass just a little too hard. As Durfee now trying to push it in transition, floater too strong. And really, I think that was a forced shot there. No reason to take that.
Yeah, another early shot clock shot for the Storm.
As this man defense so far for the Storm is paying dividends for them. As you see Ring denying that right side of the court as the shot is up and good for the mid-range jumper.
I like to see that defense there. That defense didn't break down. That was just a great shot. I think the man defense has been working pretty well here. You know, you've seen 2 tough shots, but great defense so far in the third quarter.
As a 3 is up for the Storm. 3 is good. And the Storm right now, 6 points in 2 possessions.
I saw her working from that 3, from that corner before halftime, and it's really paying off right here.
So the Ravens trying to respond with some offense of their own, and in a defensive game, the Storm offense has come out firing in the latter half of the third quarter, so we'll get a foul in transition. That'll be the Ravens' second.
Tying her shoes now. I wonder if that foul was to kind of get a break for these people. They look a little bit tired. The Ravens do. I don't know if just trying to save a timeout and get a foul, catch your breath here, set up a defensive play.
Yeah, also get in some subs there.
Exactly, yeah. 2-3 zone here for the Ravens, switching from the man. It's a great shot.
Yeah, that's a good look if you're Richwine and the Storm as they get a trap in the corner. Ravens able to break it. But yeah, great look if you're Richwine. Little pick play for the 3 against a 2-3 zone. That will work 99% of the time as we'll get a foul on the other end of the ball.
Storm not very aggressive in that first half. Only 3 fouls in the whole first half, so I'd like to see them be a little bit more aggressive there with a foul by Chris.
Yeah, the Storm with 3 more fouls to give in this quarter. The Ravens now driving in on Christ. 3 Storm players converge, and the Ravens somehow able to get that ball out, up for 3 from the corner, and that one's good.
That's a miscommunication right there on defense. No one knew whose man that was. Wide open from the corner, knocks down a great shot.
Yeah, the Ravens able to get it out of that trap on the bottom, and then 3 just falls for the Ravens in response to the Storm. We'll have a full timeout from the Ravens here. Storm leading 25 to the Ravens 22. And coming out of the timeout, we could hear Storm coach Crook all the way from up here not happy with the intensity or the effort of this Storm team on the defensive side of the ball. So we see how this Storm team responds. Ridgeview sticking with that 2-3 zone. Cross thought about the 3, gets it inside to Chris. Chris gets the shot off and gets fouled there.
You know, I think paint touches are a very important key for this second half, or at least this fourth quarter. Not a lot of paint touches in this game so far. Chris, you know, taller than a lot of other players on the court, tallest player on the court right now. Important to get her a touch at least 1 time per possession.
Yeah, really also getting a paint touch really just opens up the rest of the court there. So we've seen most of these Storm 3s come from assisted by Chris.
Yeah, as you saw in that last possession by Durfee, that wide open 3 was because of that paint touch into Chris.
As Chris, front one rims out. Second one is up and second one falls. So Ravens now get that pass stolen by Richrine. Richrine now in transition has Chris up top, gives it to her. Chris, one more pass, and just too low for the baseline, gives it up for Cross. And that will be out of bounds. Cross had that shot tipped.
Not a good look at all. I would have liked to see them reset the offense, get it back to the point guard, and reset the offense there. Not a good look at all.
As out for Chris, over to Richwine up top. In the corner, Durfee for 3. Rims out, Cross with the rebound, gets a foul. And that's really how you beat that zone.
Yeah, wide open 3 there for Durfee. 1 for 2 so far in the game. Great rebound and finish, drawing the foul, center to the line for 2.
Yeah, and since the Storm have started going in the paint more, have drawn a lot more fouls. His first one is up and falls for Cross.
Great 3-point shot, great free throw shot, excuse me, there. See if she can knock the second one down.
And Cross, definitely something you can tell she's worked on, is she's perfect tonight from the charity stripe.
Couldn't even tell if that hit the net or not, just drained it. Drained both those shots.
As the Storm now going for their trap and forcing over and back. That's a crucial turnover with 35.3 left as we have a few second difference between shot clock and game clock.
Looks like the Storm are heading into a half-court trap man, which you don't see very often. Usually you see the half-court back to the 2-3. So interesting to see how that worked. That was a great job there by trapping the ball on the right side of the court. Let's see if they continue with that.
So they get that paint touch into Chris, and then she just tries to force it down to Cross. So now Ravens now get that floater to fall.
She's hit some tough shots in this third quarter. She's really helped out this Ravens defense, and let's see if she can continue that.
As the clock ticks under 10, Storm plenty of time to set something up. 3 is up and 3 falls.
I like that shot right there early in the shot clock. Wide open, nobody around. Got hit a little bit. Could have seen maybe a foul call on that. No foul called. Drains it anyway.
Yes, we'll take another look at that heading into the half. Just pulls up from 3, drains it. This Storm team heading into the fourth quarter up 31 to the Ravens 24. To start the fourth quarter, really had an explosion of scoring for the Storm in that latter half of the third. See if they can keep that up in the fourth. The Ravens still in their 2-3 zone here. Storm really just getting to pass and shoot their way out of it. As Durfee gives it cross court, Richwine thought about the 3, elected not to. Back cross court to Durfee. Another one back to Richwine. Richwine inside to Cross. Cross, one dribble, goes up, too strong. And that's going to go the way of the Ravens.
Yeah, nice possession there by the Storm. Great passing all around. Just great defense. Better defense by the Ravens. But overall, solid possession for the Storm.
Yeah, we'll see if the Storm settle back into their zone as we have a trap and a travel there. So this half-court trap here by the Storm has been very successful. 2 turnovers in a row.
It's been working very well, and the Storm have executed it almost to perfection, drawing a double team. And the Ravens have drawn in another woman on their side, and it's just added a triple team there. That's worked great for them.
So we see Durfee now give it up for Cross in the corner, back to Durfee, who gives it cross-court to Richwine. Saw this last possession. Cross-court to Durfee. This Ravens zone is moving incredibly fast as they try and force it into Chris. Kind of bad pass there, gets tipped and stolen by the Ravens. As the Storm coach from the sidelines yelling out 3-2, so imagine the Storm team will settle back into their 3-2 defense.
And they are back into the 3-2. First time we've seen that today. I guess we'll see how that works for them. It's a nice shot by Hagmeister, who leads the Ravens in scoring with 10 points.
As Scott gets Hagmeister's rebound and able to put it back up for the bucket. And really, I think the Storm team should go back to man. That's been very successful for them. I know that's not their bread and butter and what they normally do, but
yeah, just against this opponent, I feel like would be the best opportunity for them.
Yeah, the Storm defense, though, still holding the Ravens to 26 points. I think really more focused on the offensive side of the ball there as we see Chris get fouled and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. First one is up and falls for Chris.
This Storm free throw shooting has been outstanding today. Wonder if it was something they worked on in practice, but just great shooting overall for them from the line.
Yeah, definitely just those fundamentals, those easy points you need to have. And really, we've only seen probably 1 or 2 missed layups from the Storm or 1 or 2 missed easy baskets. You got to take the points that the other team's going to give you. And as we say that little commentator's jinx there, she misses on the second half of the shots. But again, another turnover with that Storm press.
That's 21 turnovers in this game for the Ravens. Turnovers will be a big factor coming down the stretch here.
For as many turnovers as the Ravens have had, their defense has really kept them in this one, holding the Storm team to 32 points through 3 quarters, and that's a huge reason why.
As you say that, another steal for the Ravens. Sort of a bad pass steal, 50-50 ball there. Would like to see the Storm get their passes better. As I say that, the Ravens throw the ball away, but yeah, as I was saying, Storm passing needs to tighten up here if they want to pull away with this win. We got a timeout here by Coach Crook. 32-26, 5 minutes 42 seconds left in this fourth quarter.
As we approach the halfway mark in this fourth quarter, an interesting stat to point out here for the Storm girls. They are winless when scoring 40 or less. All 5 of their losses have came when they've scored less than 40. So really, that's that magic threshold that they need to cross. As the Ravens almost force another turnover. And again, the Storm trying to force it inside to Christ.
Another steal in that zone for the Ravens. That's really worked for them here in this second half.
So the Ravens now really just need to tune it up on the offensive side of the ball, as defense for them has looked really good. As Ballum tried to guess the pass and gets the steal. And then in transition, Chris goes up too strong with the pressure. Ballum with the rebound and then has it stolen by Rico.
A rush shot there, almost anticipating a foul. No foul called, and the missed shot is up.
Yeah, the officials pretty loose tonight, not making too many calls, letting
them play a lot here, which is what you like to see as we say that, a travel called.
Yeah, other than the travel and the double dribbles and stuff, officials really letting them play, which I'm a fan of.
Yeah, number 4 for the Ravens, Brianna Johnston, back in the game, hit 2 clutch threes in the first quarter. Let's see if she can bring that magic back to this fourth quarter for the Ravens.
As the Storm kick it over to Chris as she kicks it back up top. Ballum now thought about the 3. It decides to drive inside, gets bumped, and tried to draw the foul a little too much there. The officials have made it pretty clear you're not going to get that call tonight.
That's another one there. The possession before with Chris doing the same thing, rushing the shot, anticipating the foul, and the refs aren't going to call that today.
So Storm now get it up top for Ring. She's looking to give it to Ballum and does. Ballum now setting things up left to.
There's your paint touch right there.
It's inside to Cross, gets it outside Chris, over to Ballum. Outside to Chris, and this Ridgeview defense has just been suffocating so far. This zone they've played to perfection. A shot clock now ticks under 10. Cross tries to make something happen and gets bailed out by the foul there.
Surprised to see that foul call. Didn't look any more egregious than the 2 possessions before, but nonetheless, we see a foul call there.
Yeah, normally we see a lot of, especially in high school games, the officials really tighten up as that game hits under the 4 3-minute mark.
And that's where we are with 3:56.
As Ballum left wide open for 3, and just, I don't think she realized how open she was there. Too short on the shot. Ravens now in transition have really just had turnover after turnover after turnover on the offensive side of the ball, been stuck at 26 for a while now. Finally get a shot off, and that's just rejected by Cross.
Maybe the Storm coaching needs to take some notes on this Ravens offense, as it's been looking pretty nice in the second half.
And as you say that, Ring gets the steal. Ballum now pushing in transition, forces it inside to Chris, and yeah, that one will be called. Two players just trying to play hard and go for the ball. And
love to see that aggressiveness by Chris. A lot more aggressive here for the Storm in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, ever since we mentioned Storm coach Crook, really just, we heard it from up here yelling at these Storm players, just trying to get them motivated, get that energy up. And ever since then, the Storm defense has been really motivated and playing aggressive. As Chris is open for 3, they get it to her. No hesitation on the shot off the backboard. Rebounded by Ring, back up top Chris. She gets it over to Ballum. Over to Durfee now, trying to get it inside. Elects not to. Gets it back, open for three. That one's up, that one rims out, and pretty good shot there for this zone.
Yeah, love to see that shot. She hit one from there earlier. Don't hate the shot at all. Nice movement by the Storm offense. Let's see what the Ravens can do here. It's down by 6, just under 3 minutes left.
This next point is going to be massive for whoever scores this. Just, there's been a lid on the basket in this fourth quarter.
Strong defense, one could say. Unlike the first half, it's actually been strong defense and not missed shots.
Yeah, very defensive game in the second half as the Storm going back to their man look, which has paid dividends so far tonight. And yeah, just a wild shot there up for the Ravens. Chris in transition.
Good job slowing things down there for Chris.
Yeah, elects to pull it out, and like you said, Langston, smart decision there. As they left a ring wide open inside and gets that layup to fall.
That's one side effect of the zone there. You can leave some spots open. The middle man on the Ravens defense never saw her, and she was wide open all the way.
Yeah, as we take another look at that, ring just wide open inside the paint, like you were saying there, Langston. And you just felt that a massive bucket, just seeing the ball go through the net as the Ridgeview Ravens call a timeout, down 26-34. As Ridgeview now to inbound. Almost turns it over again as the Storm going back in their man, and that passes over the head. That's going to be an over and back call.
That's the 28th turnover of this game for the Ravens, 17 for the Storm. Safe to say, kind of a sloppy game by both teams. Not the way that Storm coach Crook wanted to see things at all in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, or Ridgeview's Coach Love. I imagine neither coach very thrilled with the turnovers tonight as we see another one there.
That's 18 for the Storm, 18 and 28 in this game.
So that was almost 29.
Coach Love coaches both the JV team and the varsity team here for the Ravens. So she knows a lot of players on this Ravens team.
Yeah, really tuned in with the program. As driving down the baseline, layup doesn't fall. Rebound tipped around, finally corralled by Durfee, and she'll slow things down. I imagine really use the full shot clock as the Ravens smartly foul there. That will be 4 team fouls on the Ravens, so next one will send the Storm to the line.
Storm smartly putting Chris as the one to throw the ball in. One of the best free throw shooters on his team.
As they foul Durfee, and she'll go to line to shoot 2.
Foul, Ridgeview number 13, McKinley Skidmore.
If she can make both of these shots, you can maybe call this game as good as done.
Yeah, really, if the Storm team can convert from the charity stripe, that really seals it. This first one for Durfee is up and front of the rim, rims out.
Coach Flaherty into the game here late for the Storm. Maybe getting some three-point shooting and defense in as they need it.
Yeah, I imagine we'll see some offense-defense substitutions here for the Storm for the rest of the game, as the next free throw is up and bounces around the rim for a while and falls through, extending the Storm lead to 9.
Still a 3-possession game here for the Ravens.
Yeah, as a 3 is up, and that one was tipped, but they'll call a foul on the 3.
A late call there by the referee. Don't hate the call. Thought it might have been all ball. As we look at the monitor here, let's see what we...
Dish out, 3 is up.
Definitely got the hand on the follow-through.
Yeah, good call there by the official.
If she can make all 3 of these, that puts the Ravens back in the game, as we see number 10 for the Ravens, Stephanie Fillinger. coming into the game. Defense, offense, substitutions, as you were saying, Pierce.
Yeah, first one made for the Ravens. Second one is up, and second one rims out.
That's going to be big. That's not going to be able – the Ravens aren't going to be able to get to a 2-possession game from the charity stripe here with 1:27 left in the game.
Yeah, of course, that shot clock is at 35. As second one rims out, and those are two painful misses there as the Storm trying to bring it up court and Ballum gets fouled. She'll go to line to shoot 2. And if the Storm keep missing from the stripe, brings Ridgeview right back into this one.
If she can make both of these free throws, that would push the game to a 4-possession game. And with 1:23, the Ravens are just running out of possessions here.
Yeah, really, I like the decision for the Ravens to foul early. Started fouling, I think it was like the 140, 130 mark. Really like that decision. Of course, we see it a lot differently in WNBA, NBA, and college. Just I think that's because of the different shot clock. But the Storm, best case scenario there, miss the second shot and get the rebound, then get fouled again.
As Finley loves to say, you know, high school basketball free throws aren't guaranteed, so fouling early and getting those extra possessions are key for these high school basketball games.
As that Storm lead is back up to 9, and the Storm really, that was a pretty good free throw shooting team so far.
The Ravens will ice the free throw shooter and call a timeout here.
Yeah, don't hate that call. And the Storm that really, we saw Cross really just perfect from the stripe. I think the Storm just need to design a play on the inbounds to get her the ball next time. She's been perfect from the stripe so far.
Yeah, or Chris. Chris has been a great free throw shooter this season for the Storm. As Summit Storm coach Crook is a little bit more calmed down here with his team up 9 late in the fourth quarter.
So we have 1:21 left in the fourth quarter. Second free throw yet to come as the Ravens ice the shooter. Shot is up and rims in.
Could that be the dagger, Pierce? I think so, as the lead pushes to a 4-possession game for the Storm. It's going to take a miracle for the Ravens to get back in this game.
Yeah, Ravens are really just, I mean, you watch the Storm defense, they're basically just playing a zone from beyond the arc. As the Ravens looking for something, 3 is up, 3 is off, but they get the rebound. Clock ticks under a minute. The Storm team really just allowing an inside basket to happen. I think the Ravens need to take it. And as I say that, Cross gets called for the foul on the block.
Yeah, I love this implementation of the man-to-man defense most of the time in the second half. It's been proving to be a good decision for Coach Crook here.
As Ridgeview really not doing themselves any favors. They made those 2 from the stripe that when they were fouled on the 3 and then missed that one. That's 3 points right there.
Need to make your free throws down the stretch. That's one of the most important things a coach can preach here. The high arcing free throw goes in for the second shot.
As the Storm get it to Durfee. Durfee able to avoid the foul, get it to Cross, and Cross shoots it.
Don't like that at all. I don't know.
Yeah, you have 35 seconds at this point, 27. Really no reason to do anything else other than hold it. She did get fouled on the shot just because I don't think Ridgeview thought she was going to shoot it. So it sends the Storm's best free throw shooter tonight to the line. And, of course, as I say that, little commentator's jinx again there.
We've got a lot of commentators jinx today.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say she's going to make this second free throw here and push this to a 12-point game and out of reach for the Ravens. to a 10-point game, sorry. And she does. The commentator's jinx does not pay off. That's a 10-point game for the Ravens.
As the Ravens now going to need a miracle to pull back in this one. Going to need to put up some type of three-point shot. Twos won't do them any good. A contested three is up and rims out. Rebounded by Durfee. That will be another foul.
Olivia DeRoss for the Ravens, not afraid to shoot the ball at all. She has a lot of shots today.
Yeah, no reason to be. Down 10 with 30.3 left in the game. So Durfee will go to the line shooting 2.
We got an interesting thing here with subbing before the person had the ball.
Yeah, again, smart tactics here with the little icing and mind games. I mean, free throws. Every single player on this court with no distractions, no anything, would probably be somewhere close to 100%. As there's 2 free throws there.
Love with great tactics down the stretch here for the Ravens. Unfortunately, probably not going to be enough, barring a miracle.
Yeah,
for the Ravens.
But yeah, it's really, free throws are very much mental, especially, I was going to say especially at the high school level, at every level.
As a great free throw shooter, and Durfee misses 2 free throws right there, as we were saying.
Ravens now, clock ticks under 20. 3 is up, and 3 is good. As Ridgeview not fouling right now, and the clock is ticking down as Chris brings it across the court, and
as they won't foul. Interesting tactic there, as we were complimenting Love's tactics down the stretch. They decide not to foul.
Yes, that will do it for the game. The Storm pick up their first win with scoring under 40, as they'll take this one 38 to Ridgeview's 31. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. I'm Pierce Gordon. Commentating the second half to me was Langston Ballert. Commentating the first half for me was Finley Gobert, and on camera was Lily Siglo. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good night.